Hi, this is part two of The Fire of God. If you haven't listened to part one, please go back and listen to it. Um, and forgive me because you'll see me looking down at my notes. I, I had a vision of the Lord, and I want to be able to make sure that I don't miss anything, forget anything. I'm not going to share all of it, just kind of bits and pieces that I think will encourage you. Um, but the things that the Lord told me, I want to make sure that I, uh, I say what he said, the way he said it, and not add anything to it. So if you see me looking at my notes, that's why. And again, sorry about the camera movement. It's the best I could do today. Okay, so I was spending time with the Lord, just, you know, surrendering my all to him. And I had been crying out, God, I want to be one with you. And all of a sudden, Jesus came to me, and he walks towards me, and I see him engulfed in flames. But the flames weren't on him, the flames were actually him. They were coming out from him. And he reached out his hand to me and he said, "Step into the fires of passion that consume me and allow them to consume you." Honestly, it took me a minute. Even though I knew he was coming in answer to my prayer, it kind of scared me a bit, you know, and knowing that I was actually going to step in fire. Anyway, I did it. And when I did, he his voice was, you know how fire roars and you can hear like wind and fire sometimes when you have, like, say, a big bonfire going. That's how he was speaking to me in parts of this, especially in the beginning. And so I stepped into the fire, and I'm looking into his eyes, which were fire. And he says to me, he said, to be one with me means that you're going to burn with the same passions that burn in me. And I begin to see two pieces of plastic that were melting, and they were melting together and becoming one piece of plastic. And I knew that that was exactly what he was doing. He explained to me that it is in this passion, in this fire of his love, that people won't be able to tell where you start and where he ends, or where he starts and you end. You really become one in the fire. And he said to me, "It was the flames of passion that drove me to the cross. This passion will compel you to truly reckon yourself dead to this world and alive to me. Allow these flames to consume you, to truly bring you to being in a place of hidden with me." And he said, "The flames will cause you to see with my eyes the world around you." And he was talking to me about abiding in these flames, about staying in a place where I actually would live in the flames of this passion. Um, Let me just go down. I don't want to skip anything. He said, "In the flames, nothing of you will survive. Only what's of me will survive in this fire." And this is where I go back to what I was talking about earlier, where we don't always understand what we're asking when we say, "I want the fire of God to come," because it does burn, and anything that isn't of him is going to burn. And it isn't necessarily an enjoyable experience, although it is, because we're spirit and we're created to be one with him. We're created to walk in purity and holiness. But even when we cry out for the glory of God, that was one of the things that he spoke to me. He said, "This is my glory. The glory of my fire, the glory of my love, this glory of my passion. This is what is glory. This is me. This is love. It's all one." Even though the Lord manifests himself to us in so many different ways, he's still one. He's still one God. There's so many facets to him that he has to manifest himself in different ways. He can come as a king of majesty, and he can come as a humble servant who walked on this earth. So when I say these things, I'm not saying that he said, "Okay, this is love, this is glory, this is this." He was explaining to me it really all is one. But many times we don't know what we're asking, and I'm showing you. I'm letting you experience right now what it is to walk in my love, my passion, and my glory. One of the things he said to me was, stay sensitive. Just in our daily walks, walk with him. Stay sensitive. Stay close to the fire. That was one thing that he kept repeating over and over to me, was stay close to the fire. And he said, stay sensitive to this fire. He said, because it only hurts when it has something to burn. And he said, and there's going to be times where I'm so coming and doing a work in you that you will step out of this fiery passion because you're not going to be able to handle it. But don't stay out of it for long. Come right back in. And don't be discouraged when you step out of my fire. Come right back in and let it continue to cleanse you. Let it continue to burn in you. And he said, when there's nothing left of you, it won't hurt anymore. And I was like, oh, so obviously this is going to be a perfecting work all the way to eternity because, we're constantly being changed from glory to glory. And let's see what else. It was an amazing, amazing, amazing experience. Oh, I know. The one part was that at one point in this vision, he appeared to me as the lion and the lamb. And I'm going to stop right now, and we'll go to part 3. So we're going to stop, go to part 3, and I'll tell you what happened when I saw the lion and the lamb.